The new December iOS 17.2 update just dropped, and one of the features includes spending $3,500 to use. That's Apple.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wow. Good morning.
So I'm Mark, your guide to all things tech, and today I want to talk about some of the new features that Apple released with the iOS 17.2 update in December, and as well as give you guys some of my kind of experience using the phone since the day it came out. The first thing to note is that the new iOS 17.2 update has brought the ability for your iPhone to record 3D videos, or as Apple calls them, spatial videos. Now, the way it works is that your iPhone will use the main camera along with the ultra-wide camera and the LiDAR scanner, this little black dot, to stitch together a 3D video. Now, does this mean your iPhone will be able to play back that 3D video? Well, yeah, but in a 2D format, of course. If you really want to see that 3D video, here's where the $3,500 comes in. You're gonna have to go out and buy the Apple Vision Pro headset coming out later next year. So this might be one of Apple's most expensive features. In fact, this might be one of the most expensive features on any phone, but feel free to fact check me on that. Another new feature is the translate function using the action button. So once you've selected translate in the action button menu, you'll be able to quickly translate a phrase. This is so helpful if you're going on vacation to another country and you need to communicate with someone, maybe looking for a restroom, you know, that's kind of important. Or maybe if you have a bilingual family like I do and they're constantly bugging you and asking you, hey Mark, what does this word mean in English? Or hey Mark, how do you translate this into English? And then, oh my god, trust me, if you know, you know, okay? So, if you're in that same position as I am, no worries, you can click and hold on the action button to quickly bring up the translator so you don't need to go dig around Google or use any other actual app. If you're a fan of wireless charging, it got even better, or should I say faster, with this new iOS 17.2 update. If you have the iPhone 13 or newer, no longer do you need to use Apple's proprietary MagSafe ring to achieve the 15 watts of wireless charging speeds. Now, you can use any Qi 2 wireless charger out there and it'll charge at the 15 watts. This is amazing because before this, it would charge at 7.5 watts, or like I said, if you want to charge at 15, you would have to go out and buy the Apple's proprietary MagSafe chargers out there. So again, this is awesome because now you're experiencing faster charging speeds without necessarily buying from Apple. The telephoto camera has also gotten a nice upgrade in terms of quality, which is very apparent if you ask me. And also it improved the autofocus speed on subjects that are very small and very far away. I remember trying to take a picture of a helicopter using that 5x lens, and you could just tell that I was having a hard time trying to get that focus locked into the helicopter. So it should be more reliable and faster now. Unfortunately, there's no helicopters flying around right now for me to test that out. But I will let you guys know in an update. Apple's release notes didn't really mention anything about the quality getting better on the telephoto lens, but as you guys saw, the difference is quite apparent, at least when it comes to low light. During my testing with good plenty of light, there's hardly any differences. So, but in terms of low light, oh my god, the differences are pretty big. So that just goes to show that Apple is constantly improving the camera quality, even if they don't specifically say it in the release notes for whatever reason. Now, the one update that I'm really happy is here, and it's shocking that it wasn't a thing before this update, but it's the catch-up arrow in Messages. So if you come back to a chat or maybe a group chat with a lot of missed messages, you'll have an arrow that will bring you back to the first message that you missed instead of having to manually go and find it yourself. It saves a few seconds or a few minutes depending on how long, how many messages you may have missed, and it's shocking that this was not a thing prior to this update. I feel like it was missing that the whole time, but, well, it's finally here. Now, this was a pretty large update, and I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to read about everything that Apple has released with this update. So, how is my ownership with the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Well, with every newer and newer update, it's getting better and better. Performance has been really good, and battery life has been really good as well. I'm basically never using 100% of the battery, except one of the few odd days that I'm doing something really heavy on my phone. But aside from that, just from my day-to-day use, I never kill this phone in a single day. The battery life has been pretty darn solid. The durability of this phone for me has been great, with no damage to the body at all, except for a few scratches on the display. That's to be expected, but I still always recommend buying a high quality case. It's a very expensive phone, protect it. The one I have here is the Taurus UPRO O Stand R. Now these cases are 10 feet drop tested, and they feature a rotatable MagSafe ring which also doubles as a kickstand. I like it because not only can you prop up the phone in landscape orientation to watch some movies, but since it rotates, you can also prop up the phone vertically. Now this comes in handy for binge watching your favorite reels and TikToks, or just propping it up to see the time and notifications. You could even personalize it a little bit because you can change the color of the buttons, and these aren't some cheap plastic buttons, they are very high quality, and what I like the best is that they're very clicky. Nice. And of course, all your favorite MagSafe accessories will work, and the magnet is seriously very strong, as you guys can tell. So if you're looking for a very high quality case, I definitely recommend Taurus. I'll leave a link down below if you guys are interested. Now, as far as bugs go, there's a really annoying bug that I'm running into, and it only happens sometimes, like whenever the phone feels like it. Sometimes when I open up my camera application, it's black, like the viewfinder is black. I can still interact with the UI, everything works, I can switch between lenses, but it's all just black. It's super annoying because it happens, like I said, just randomly whenever it feels like it, and it seems to only happen when I'm trying to take a picture of something cool, and there's like no other way for me to get that photo other than like right now. It's so annoying. The only way to fix it that I found out was to, get rid of the camera application by swiping up, basically close it, then you have to open it back up, and then it magically works again until it just decides not to. The phone has a mind of its own. Now, when it comes to charging speed, it got better, technically, because like I said, with that 17.2 update, you can now Qi wireless charge 15 watts without using Apple's proprietary MagSafe cable, which I only have one of those in the drawer. I never even use it. Aside from that, all my wireless chargers around the house are not from Apple. So, and they're not exactly MagSafe certified, they're just Qi 2 chargers. So it's nice to know that finally I'm getting even faster speeds with this update. But again, personally for me, I don't really care about that because I only use like wireless charging when I'm not trying to exactly charge fast, but just to kind of charge without even really thinking about it. So aside from that one stupid little bug that just decides to haunt me whenever it feels like it, the actual experience with the phone has been pretty darn good, and I'm really curious to see how the iPhone 15 Pro Max stacks up against the upcoming S24 Ultra, because you bet your bottom I'm definitely going to be comparing the two in camera tests, speed tests, battery tests, so on and so forth. So if you guys want to see that, definitely subscribe. So if you've enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. It's free for you, but it helps me and the channel out a lot, and I always truly appreciate it. And let me know your experience with the iPhone 15 Pro, the Pro Max, or just any iPhone that you have. I'm really curious. So that's it. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.